Everyone strives to have the lowest ping possible. But why does ping matter? Well, we all know it affects mechanics like your movement, eating, block placement, and braking. But what if I told you that having low ping actually puts you in a disadvantage? I know, that sounds like treason. Most of you probably believe that low ping is the best ping. And for some cases, that is true. For example, here are two Egg Wars shops. The one on the left is a player on 0 ms, and the one on the right is 100 ms. See how slow the one on the right is compared to the left? This is what happens when you have high ping. The higher the ping you have, the longer the server takes to confirm your actions. So if you want your actions to register faster, you are gonna want the lowest ping possible. So here we can all agree that 0 to 30 ms is the best ping you can possibly have. But opening a shop is not the most important thing when it comes to PvP. But now let's talk about first hit. The speed between you clicking your mouse to the player actually taking damage in-game is very dependent on your ping. It should come as no surprise that the lower your ping, the faster your input will affect the game, much like server response time. But is this good for PvP? Yes. With the faster input to action time, winning trades will be to the advantage of the player with a lower ping. This is especially essential in things such as hive scrimming and other battles that are decided only on a few hits. So the faster the connection, definitely the better. But we will be coming back to this category later to discuss an interesting exception. Alright, let's talk about displacement. When you move your character, you send what's called a movement packet to the server. The server then sends the packet to the opponent's screen. When you're in a combo, your combined ping can cause the distance between you and your opponent to be exaggerated, thanks to the sum of your ping. Let's watch it in action. As you can see in this clip, I'm being comboed by xclutchingg. Notice how the length between me and him is much more than your standard 3 blocks of reach. But is he reach hacking? Well, as you can see from his point of view, he's holding a combo at exactly 3 blocks away. So why is this? Well, this is what server displacement does. Thanks to this delay, combos can exist in PvP. So when xclutchingg is distancing correctly, he can hold a combo because, on my end, he is more than 3 blocks away. So in the end, a player with lower ping will have more accurate displacement and less of an exaggerated reach when getting comboed. So for this category, 0 to 30 ms wins again. It's beginning to look like a total blowout, right? But wait, there's an interesting argument I want to cover. What if I told you that there was a ping range that is essentially a loophole for all of these mechanics? Well, I'd like to introduce you to the sleeper ping. Let's go over how it essentially breaks the mechanics affected by ping. As mentioned, the first hit is essential for fights that are decided in only a few hits. But what about longer fights? Well, in longer fights, players will usually choose to time their hits rather than strike first. This strategy is known as hit selecting. A good hit selector can easily thwart someone clicking a constant 20 CPS on 0 ping because they use their delayed knockback to their advantage. So how does this sleeper ping do a better job at hit selecting than 0 ping? Well, thanks to the delay of sleeper ping, your knockback is delayed so you hit the ground as your hit finally registers on your opponent, allowing you to use the floor as a knockback reducer to start a combo. You could argue that 0 ping would do a better job at hit selecting because you can more accurately time your hits, which is a valid argument, but here's where it gets really broken. The sleeper ping essentially abuses server displacement. Remember when I showed how combos look different on both players' perspectives thanks to server displacement? Well, this is where it gets interesting. You see, the higher your ping, the larger the distance the player getting comboed sees. I mean, look at this ridiculous difference of me getting comboed by someone on sleeper ping. On my screen, I'm being reached well over 4 blocks, while on their screen, I'm exactly 3 blocks away. And notice how I am aiming directly at the player while being comboed and can't hit them. The sleeper ping makes it almost impossible to get out of a combo. Equipped with the ability to flawlessly hit select and abuse server displacement to combo at ridiculous lengths gives validation to the argument of what the best ping range is. So what is the sleeper ping? Well, as you already guessed, it's very high ping. For raw 1v1 PvP with no outside mechanics, it could arguably be better to have a higher ping. But what about the rest of PvP, like mini games, the bridge, scrims? I think lower ping takes the cake for those simply because of how big of a disadvantage high ping players have with the server response time. What are your thoughts on this argument? Do you think there is a perfect ping? Let me know what you think in the comment. But if you think ping makes you bad at Minecraft, watch me try and play on the awful Nintendo Switch.